Alright, I'm back and I'm about to conduct the main part of the game so you can see it. I'm at the command center. I'm choosing contracts. This is a 3.5 skull mission, but it's a target acquisition. I have learned through experience that I don't like target acquisition quests, or missions, I guess I should say. They tend to want you to, within like 10 turns, stand 3 of your mechs in 3 different spots, which means you're spreading out your guys. They're getting shot up by as many as 8 other enemies at once. Sometimes they even throw in vehicles at you. It's just not worth it for what I can field. I'm not going to try it, so I'm not doing that one. This would be an easy one, but it's a travel mission. Take 13 more days to do that. I don't feel like doing that, so I guess I'll be doing the drop interception, which is simply a battle in the Badlands. Battle just means kill everybody. That's basically it. Now I could go for maximum pay, but I'm actually going to go for maximum salvage because in battles there's lots of scrap left and you can usually get some pretty good parts. So that's what I'm going to try and go for. I think I've shown you this before, but since this is a planetary faction that I'm dealing with, I don't have any kind of ability to gain faction with them, so you can't actually make these sliders both go to the left. All you can really do is choose if you want maximum money or maximum salvage. And in this case, there's not a lot of difference between the two, other than you get nothing at all, hardly. I mean, 2 random pieces of scrap. That's all you're going to get. 1 out of 5 you pick. 2 out of 8 you'll pick 2. 2 out of 11 you'll pick 2, or 3 out of 14. That's what I'm going to go for. Now, in this stage, you choose which one of your pilots goes where. So if I wanted to, I could put Caesar here. Perfectly fine. Doesn't make any difference. He is one of my more experienced pilots. These 4 are basically all of my experienced pilots. You can tell by their stats. These other guys, I need to play more just to get their stats up, especially their gunnery. The people that I'm picking have different skills, and I'm putting them in the mechs that I'm putting them in because I want to get what I want out of that mech. For example, this mech has an AC-20. AC-20s hit extraordinarily hard, and by putting a guy in here with breaching shot, I can still hit people who are trying to hide in woods and have the bulwark ability, and it negates it basically. It'll hit them for 100 if I hit them with just 1 weapon. Downside being you can only use 1 weapon to shoot them. Positive side for this guy is I can shoot 1 guy with that AC-20, and then I have lasers that I can shoot at somebody else or multiple other people, because this lets you shoot up to 3 people at once. This skill does here, the multi-target. This guy right here is just on a light. He's got that equipment package that gives me the electronic bubble that basically makes the enemy not be able to see me. It's kind of like a predator ability, and a lot of times I don't even have him shoot. I just have him sensor lock guys because it removes 2 evasive charges from the other guy, from the enemy. The enemy sometimes has light mechs, especially, that come in real fast at you trying to find you, and they have a lot of evasion because they've moved so far. Well, This will take some of the evasion off of them, makes them easier to hit for the other guys. Every now and then people burst that bubble and get at me, and so the bulwark ability is pretty nice in that it gives the Raven a little bit more ability to survive. And I'm not sure why I took Master Tactician. I think it's because I was planning on putting him on assault mechs later, and that'll let him move a little bit earlier than most other assault mechs. While he's on a light, especially this light, I tend to reserve him all the time, so that doesn't really help him very much. I've already explained what this character is doing on this mech. This mech is got a ton of lasers. I think I've got all 6 slots filled with medium lasers. I took his heavy laser, his large laser off so that he could have more sustainability, and it doesn't really hurt his overall damage that much because it doesn't lead to overheating quite as fast. This guy is going to be one of my mechs that's out front, so it's going to get shot a lot. So that's why I want a mech pilot with the bulwark ability. As it says, it'll give a 40% damage reduction if it's in cover and guarded, and it'll get if it's in cover or it's guarded. And if it's in cover and guarded, you can get up to 60% damage reduction, which is significant and really helps you to maintain a full mech after it gets shot up by the enemy. Sure footing makes him a little bit harder to hit when he does move. It also gives him some stability, which is nice whenever he gets targeted by a whole lot of missiles. And if he ever gets close to overheating, he has the coolant vent ability, and the Grasshopper does tend to run hot, so this gives him a chance to get a couple more real hard alpha strikes in. Hipshot has the bulwark ability because this is my assault mech, my heaviest mech. I want it in the front absorbing most of the damage that's coming in. So that bulwark helps out a lot. And again, the sure footing helps out in the extra evasion. The cool thing about this character, this pilot, is that if I'm in a position where I can shoot without moving, I can shoot and then move, and that can let me get into a position that's harder for anybody else to shoot back at him. So it's a nice ability, although I don't use it much. And if you know what, I might even do this. I think I might. The Highlander sometimes can run hot too, so this ability still works well. And the Grasshopper tends to get up close, shoot, and then scoot, so I'm going to try that, see if that works. And this is the main part of the game. This is where the strategy part of the game comes in, the single player. You can play against other people, and it's a completely different game when you do that. The AI is pretty predictable, so you usually know what you're doing. You can take as much time as you want or as little time as you want to do these moves. So it is what it is when it comes to strategy games. And if you enjoy those type of games and you think you might enjoy what I'm fixing to show you, it's a pretty good game, and it's got 2 pieces of DLC already, one of which added an urban environment and one of which added little small scripted battles that are a little bit different from the normal everyday quests like this. And I have found that even with a good machine, this step where it's generating everything takes quite a while.
Command interface initiated.
One thing you learn is it's always an ambush. There's always more than one group. So even though that's who I have to go after, there'll be another one somewhere. Another wing. Another lance.
Hot. But it's a dry heat.
Well, now you see the bubble. The blue line indicates how big the bubble is and where it's going to be. At the beginning of this match, you can sprint until you find the enemy. The enemy's over here. Let's see, what's the quickest way there? I can take the road that's right here, but then I'm kind of too much chance of getting the enemy coming in from this side. I think I'm going to go up here where there's at least some woods and I can get some cover from that, so I'm going high. Now, this first little sprint usually shows the difference in speed between a light and a heavy, and a assault especially. In some cases, my guys can't even sprint to keep up to stay in that bubble.
Yes, Commander.
Barely makes it.
Position confirmed.
I'm using tab to choose my my pilots and when they go. But once combat starts, you'll see that the faster mech gets to move first, while the heavier mechs move slower and slower and lower down the line. I am not running full speed this time because I will leave the other guys too far behind, and they will not be able to get into the protective bubble. And since I'm going this direction, I'm just going to go about right here. That should be enough. Now, if you're wondering what you're seeing here, I clicked that spot for where I'm going, and now this is the facing that I have. Facing takes movement too, so if you go really far, you'll notice that you can't turn as much. And that's because he's basically out of movement to do such. But in this case, I guess it might even be safer to
Good to go.
move my slowest guy first, and he can't even go because people are in the way.
Receiving you.
So I'll have this guy go as far as he can.
Enemy detected.
And there they are. Notice that they're still red. I haven't got them in sensor range yet. I can't visually see them either.
Commander.
Now let's see where.
Good to go.
Really heavy.
Orders?
So that's about as far as he's going to get. Maybe one more pip because the Raven will be out of the way.
Yes, Commander.
So I got to put him about right there.
No problem. On my way.
You notice the bubble moves with the Raven,
Acknowledged.
covering those other two. As long as they haven't pierced my bubble, they can't see me until I shoot. When I shoot, I become visible, which is why you do what I'm fixing to do. You're going to reserve your movement until the very last so that you can basically shoot and then you get your cover back immediately on the next round. You'll see how it works in just a second. I'm reserving my fast mover from the... Oh man, there's a bunch of them. I wonder if I should... I'm going to reserve again, see where they are.
Waiting for the shot.
If I go after this, oh, I can see him now. I have visual. But I'm still going to wait until the last round. My nose has just got a little bit. Okay, so their lance is split up, two, and probably another one back here somewhere. It could be a third one up here. So I have to decide, do I think I can take this guy out and let these guys have the high ground on me? Or do I want to try and go this direction and take them out? Let's find out if
Waiting
I
for
can-
orders.
I don't even know if I can go up right there. Yeah, I can. Okay.
Got something you want done?
Now, you see that the movement is much smaller than it was a little while ago. That's because I'm doing position 2, command 2, which is basically move instead of sprinting. Sprinting is number 3, and it uses your entire ability, your entire turn to do that. Some of these guys, including this Highlander, have jump jets. Jump jets let you move by jumping, and then you can choose whatever direction you want. Now you'll notice that I can already shoot at this guy right here, but he is got the bulwark ability. And it shows right there that he is in the forest and has cover. So he is doing well right now for not being shot up. He's guarded. He's got the bulwark ability, and he's entrenched. Entrenched means he chose this position right here, this brace, and now he's really hard to hit. So he's almost totally, he'll just absorb tons and tons of damage if I pump it into him. And I can choose not to by deciding to go after these other guys, which I think I'm going to do. Let's see now.
Orders?
I do that, I'll just sprint again and get in position.
Full throttle.
And this is where you can say I'm bad at the game, because this might be a bad decision. There is an enemy way off that way who has long range missiles. Because I was out of the bubble at the end of my turn, they could see me in his turn. But that's an assault mech. Or it's a really heavy tank.
Commander?
Either way, it didn't matter that much because I have plenty of armor to take that hit. Now, I'm fixing to move this guy with the bubble, and I don't want the bubble to get pierced by the enemy, because if they get within the bubble, they can see everybody. So I'm putting him where he covers the most ground without exposing
Full
much
speed, no target.
bubble to the enemy. Next turn could be interesting, especially if they come right at that bubble.
Orders. Understood.
If they
Moving
do
fast.
see me, I want that guy to be closer to them than my other two guys that are already up there. And I just hope that my last
Ready
guy
for orders.
can even get within the bubble. He can, but he's barely there.
Let's get this done, folks.
Alright, so here we go again, reserving to see what they do. And you see the pips up here? I'll let you know that the enemy, that has an enemy that's going to move in phase 3, one that's going to move in phase 2, and one that's going to move in phase 1. You notice that I only see 3 pips, because that's the only 3 I'm even a little bit aware of. The ones that are within sensor range or within visual range, you see. Those that you can detect because they're within sensor range, you get this kind of information. And if they're outside, which is where his last guy shot me from, you can't see anything about them. You just find out they're there whenever they get closer. Okay, is he going to pierce that bubble? Oh man, he almost did. Whew. Repeating on it. I got an alarm going off on my phone, and the phone won't leave me alone. Alright, I'm reserving one last time. A Banshee. Where's that Banshee? Is it this direction? Oh God. Man, I got lucky with my position. If you want to call this lucky. Alright. Now you'll notice this guy's also got the bulwark ability. This guy's got the bulwark ability. This guy doesn't, but he's got 3 pips. I'm going to move the Raven as far this direction as I can and just... No, I'm not. I'm moving him back. Because these guys seem to be heading straight for me here.
Ready to get it on.
Alright, and now I'm going to use this sensor ability to knock off some of his movement.
Got a lock.
He shouldn't be able to shoot at me because everybody's still covered. Ah, it's a mech down that way. So, there's an assault mech in this group. I am not moving. I am taking the shot right here that I'm allowed. Yeah. Just going to stay right here. Now, what I'm going to do here is multi-shot. A, B. Choosing most of my shots to hit B. And then I'm going to unload a very hard hit into the Banshee. That's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is this turns them off, this turns them back on. While I think hitting the Banshee is probably a good idea, hitting a guy with the bulwark ability is better, because that's what the sniping is actually for.
Engaging multiple targets.
And you see, I still missed him twice because of all his evasion.
Waiting for orders. Moving out.
Moving him over here probably would have been better, but I want to be able to retreat easily.
Aye, aye.
And you notice I pumped some serious damage into him. Now here
Waiting
comes
for orders.
a big guy who, this is what I was really all about. I wanted him to be able to stand right here.
I copy.
Now unload everything you got right into his face. Alright, let's see if they burst the bubble this time. They were heading straight for me last time. Nope. They're doing their usual AI thing of knowing where your bubble is and avoiding it, almost. These 3 guys have now joined up. See? Right up to the bubble.
What's up, boss?
Ready for orders.
Remember how I told you this guy can shoot and scoot? That's what's fixing to happen.
Copy that.
bad thing about that move is that it added some heat from the jump jets. But I was backing off anyway.
Standing by. Confirmed.
Notice there's some orange numbers popping up. That means I'm hitting his internals.
Ready for orders.
Nope, not Caesar. Almost made a mistake there. Yeah, okay. My Jaeger's getting pretty hot, so I'm probably going to have to stop shooting everything pretty soon. And I'm not even bothering with a breaching shot this time. I am going for a precision strike to his stupid head.
All weapons committed.
Some of it hit his head. Head hits almost always cause an injury to the pilot. And pilots only have 2 to 5 hits they can take, and knocking them down is also a way to hurt them. So
Standing by.
there we go.
Confirmed.
Let's pump some more damage into that guy.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
He's going to start losing weapons.
Oh, it's on now.
Reserve. Reserve. This guy must be a tactician. Ooh. Let's see what this guy's got.
Reserving action.
Ah, he busted the bubble. Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Warning. Armor low.
Yes, Commander.
Back off as much as you can. Away from that bubble. There's also some woods back this way I can get into. There you go, right arm's gone. Should be some more missiles coming my way soon. Oh, good. No.
Affirmative.
I'm not going to be able to shoot very much because of the heat. Luckily, this guy is my cooling vent, so he just released a whole lot of his heat. You can see that right here. A lot of that heat just got released, which means I'm still shooting, although I still have an overheat to worry about. I'll turn my medium laser off, turn that medium laser off, and then I'm firing.
Target confirmed. Target's taken a critical hit.
Need this guy gone, so I'm going to do a precision strike using only the AC-20 on this guy. one hit point. He's got one hit point left in that leg. The other leg has 77. 3, 19, 100. Man, he hasn't been hitting the center very much at all. How legged he? No reason to use the AC-20 to do that.
Engaging target. Enemy neck. Critical damage detected.
Blew up his torso, which has a good chance of hurting the guy. He's now in their way.
Standing by.
Put the grasshopper closer than the Jaeger so that if they do see me again, they'll probably shoot those guys. Not my Jaeger. The sniper doesn't have the armor, and the light definitely doesn't have the armor. Now that he's on the ground, you automatically get a precision shot on him. It's overheat, that's still overheated, that's still, wow. I'm trying to blow up the other leg, and if the other leg goes, then he can't, he's gone.
On it.
I don't think they hit.
Hell yeah!
Great job. I'm trying to... Now, this is not something I usually do, but I'm going to try to move
Good to go.
a little bit further away.
Moving to position.
I think the Raven stays cloaked even after it shoots because it's carrying everything.
Time to unload.
There. Huh, he destroyed the CT. God, I
Target
couldn't hit that
eliminated.
leg for nothing. Oh, and he comes right into me, of course. That's not good.
Internal structure damage.
Yeah, it's not good when the light gets shot. No reason to reserve either, since they can see me. Yeah. Melee does 60 points of damage.
Good to go.
Punch that son. That's just a melee attack. It does not use any of my normal weapons, so it's usually saved on some my God. I'm gonna try to basically take this guy's head clean off right now. And I hit the legs. Great. Grasshopper's doing what it's supposed to do. Take those hits.
Reporting heavy damage.
What's up, boss?
Yeah, punch the bastard.
Locked on for physical attack. Think I hit something good.
Now this time, I'm not taking any chances.
Yes, Commander.
This guy's hurt really, really, really bad.
All right. I'm back in the game.
Which leg is missing? His left leg is missing. So I need to make sure that
Affirmative.
it's his right side that's pointing at things.
Reduced mobility. My mech is limping.
He's not firing, so he won't be able to be seen. But I am going to put a sensor lock on this guy over here. Yeah, he's just outside of my sensor lock ability. There's the blue line showing that. So I guess I'm just going to brace. My guys are out in the open now. See, he's getting that yellow bar pretty big on this guy right here. See how that yellow bar shows he's getting unstable. Whenever it gets past that, he's got a really good chance at knocking me down. Now, okay, well,
Receiving you.
I'm gonna move to right here. No, right here. Man, that Jaeger is still hot, even though I shot lasers last time, I guess. His left side is all messed up, but his right side is fine. I guess I can shoot the head.
Engaging target.
Well, I don't know if I hit the head
Yes,
or not.
Commander.
Apparently not. I need to move.
Copy that.
Everything is
Locking in all
back on.
weapons systems. One less target.
Yeah, I hurt the pilot enough that he can't get up anymore. He's dead. Highlander missed with his big gun. And my guys are pulling back into the bubble.
Standing by. Confirmed.
This 2 down here is how long until I can use my ability to vent heat again. In the meantime, I am pumping as much damage into that thunderbolt as I can.
Locked on.
Okay, now I can reserve hoping that that bubble's not burst again, but now if they see me, I'm going to actually leave these 2 guys exposed, leave this guy in the bubble, and try to move
Receiving you.
to some cover.
Confirmed. Got a lock.
Sensors a little bit.
Damn it! I'm hit!
Of course he hit me in the head.
Reporting major armor loss.
Yeah. I'm just going to keep trying to shoot him in the head. Eventually I'm going to hit something. Plus precision hits make them move a little bit slower than my guys.
Enemy mech.
See that
Critical
-1
damage
initiative.
detected.
He'll move in a slower
Standing by.
position next time.
Putting my weight into it.
turn that arm.
Okay, that was really bad.
Receiving you. On the move.
That knocked him down at least. Alright, now all his guys are moving in the last.
Reserving action.
Last turn, which means it makes sense for me to move some of my guys now.
Standing by. On the move.
There, he's gone. He's only got one dude left.
Mech destroyed.
And since I don't feel like letting my grasshopper get the hell beat out of him,
I copy.
jumping and putting my opposite side towards the other dude. I cannot be within the bubble and still see the guy, so I'm just going to brace. I actually should probably move to get some evasion pips just in case things go badly. This gives me a chance to get some heat off of my guy too. Missed. Now here's where the shoot and scoop happens again. I like it.
Commander.
I'm going to use my jump jets more than likely, so I'm going to go ahead and...
Roger.
Oh, he's not the one that has the shoot and scoop. Damn it! Oh well.
Waiting for orders.
You know what? I think I will reserve one more time.
Standing by.
That gets him out of the woods whenever he starts doing stuff. I wonder if he's already out of ammo.
Commander.
My guy can't shoot because he's out of range or he can't see him for some reason. That dotted line means I can see him, but I guess he's outside of my laser's range. So what I'm going to do instead is just make him easier to hit by getting a sensor lock on.
Got a sensor lock.
I'm bringing my sniper up. He's still got a lot of heat on him, so I'm going to wait a turn. I'm going to try to shoot this guy in the head. That would really, if you hit him in the head, you end up getting 3 pieces of scrap, which lets you build another one. So I would love to be able to build a second Highlander.
Engaging target.
I did it! I did it!
Enemy mech destroyed.
Yes!
Mission successful.
Freaking sniper had to hit it eventually, right? Especially whenever you consider the last time I tried to shoot him in the head, I hit him in the foot. Alright, don't get any payout much. This is showing, well, what were the results. Results were basically pretty good. This shows the damage that my guys took. The Raven took a lot of damage. Gonna have to repair that and replace some stuff. Same goes for the Grasshopper. He had some internal damage as well. When you get internal damage, it takes time to replace it. It takes time to repair it. If you have something like this Jaeger mech, which lost a little armor, but that's it, it's instant. You don't even have to, you could go back into battle immediately today, right now, and it wouldn't be a problem. I'm kind of surprised that Hipshot actually took a damage. You see how she has 4 hit points. She loses all 4, she's dead, and that's what happened to a couple of the enemy guys, is that I knocked them around enough that I did enough damage to them that it took them out of the fight, killed them. In this case, she has 1 hit, and that's going to put her out for 15 days. I'm recording, so if you want to be on the video, please step in. Highlander, Highlander, Highlander. I've actually already got 1 piece of it, so I don't need all 3. I can get myself a Thunderbolt. Are there any good weapons? So what you're looking for is weapons like this. So a cockpit mod. That's good. That's good. You know what though? Getting a Thunderbolt isn't something I need, but I can sell it. So I'm getting that. Let's see what all I got. You'll notice that I have enough parts, 2 out of 3, and I already had 1, so that's going to build myself a Highlander, and this is going to build me a Thunderbolt. I got the SRM6, which isn't bad. Kind of sad I missed out on some of the other stuff.
That mech you asked for is cleared for fighting.
The Thunderbolt 5S is well armed and heavily armored for its size. It's often deployed on a frontline mech where the fighting is heavy, and it needs to give as good as it gets.
That mech you wanted is back online.
The Highlander 733 is one of the few jump-capable assault mechs. A mixture of medium and long-range weaponry ensures that the Highlander excels at no particular role. It is decent at all of them. Let's look at my Raven first. I could just repair it. I want to look at the refit to see if there's nothing in its legs, so just repairing it is fine. Repair this, repair that, and it's good to go. So basically this is just money and time to repair this guy. I don't know that there's anything I'd rather him build out with. I never want him to get close, so I don't have any support weapons. Missiles wouldn't be bad, but he's already as lightly armored as a light gets, so I don't really want to add any weight to him. So this is what he's going to stay at.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Now the Grasshopper is the way I want it, so repairing it is all I really need to do, and that's what I will do. 2 days, 19,400 C-bills. Alright, the 2 new mechs were this Highlander and this Thunderbolt. Now, I don't really need the Thunderbolt. This is what it comes by default. You see it's got ammo in the center here and the torso here. If you blow up the torso, there's a good chance this ammo could blow up, and if that happens, then it'll cascade into the middle and do damage here too, and probably hurt the pilot as well, which is why I never put ammo anywhere in the torso. I might put it in the arms, might put it in the legs. That's the only places that I'll put it. I won't put it anywhere else. That's funny right there. Never thought about putting it in the head. If you lose the head, you're dead anyway, so it wouldn't matter. But anyway, I'm not planning on doing anything to this guy. I'm just going to put him in storage immediately. think I already have a Thunderbolt. Yeah, the one right next to it. This is one I've already got with a different loadout. And I may have one in storage, so that might be my second mech there. This, however, I intend to keep. I'm going to use this, but probably not as it's laid out now. Yeah. He's got LRMs, SRMs, lasers, and ACO. It's got a little bit of everything in it, and I don't think it's a very good plan to have it like this. So what I'm going to do is tell it to take all the armor off. I'm going to take this AC-10 off. I'm going to take the LRMs off. Could make it an LRM boat, I guess. I'll put in my LRMs. I got an LRM 20. Don't have a lot of good LRM weaponry, so I guess I'll just stick with the lighter loadouts, lighter missions where there's not a whole lot of assaults, and just let my guys stay at the front and take the pounding and give it, which means SRMs. I've got a lot of good SRMs. So I'll remove this LRM. I'll remove this SRM ammo and I'll put it in the leg. SRM6 is nice and all, but I'm going to replace it with that. SRM2s are all that great, but an SRM2 that weighs 1 ton and gives me 2 damage per shot extra, I'll put it in there. Why not? Two lasers, they're pretty weak. So that's pretty good. I'm planning on expediting and getting close. So let's see what... I don't have any small lasers. Well, no, yeah, I do. Small laser. That's the only small laser? That's the only... Okay, well, whatever. Leaving without a weapon here. Yeah, I got plenty of weight left, so I'm going to... AC5 out. AC5 in. $15 rounds. That should probably be enough. Always wondered if you have to put it in the arm that you want to put it in. I'll think about it. Wow. That is light. PPC in, and now I'm close to having something that can scare people. Alright, so it's overweight by about 1.36 tons. So let's take legs down to 180. Take the back armor down to 80. Take this down to 120. Take this down to 280. Not quite enough. Not willing to take them. There we go. And that's the loadout for this guy. I could get myself the armor back by taking that arm mod out. I kind of want to see what this guy can do by punching people. He's got lots of short-range missiles to put a hurt on somebody. These SRM2s are kind of weak, and if they end up not working very well, I'll replace them with these generic 6s. And that'll take some more armor out, but then I'll lower the PPC down to a large laser or another medium laser. AC5 could be an AC10 as well. Got a good AC10. AC5 does 45 damage where the AC10 does 60. What's the weight? 12 tons as opposed to 8 tons. So, there's other things we can do, but I'm going to mess with this first, see if it works.
On it.
It's on
I'll
the
let you know when
schedule.
that's done.
I want to go to another place because I don't want to do any more missions here. Travel contract takes me to someplace I've already been. Well, it's the closest place. Well, not the closest. 4 stars. 3.5. That's probably a good spot. I'd like to try this flashpoint, but it's just, there's no way I can do it. That's too easy. That looks a bit too hard, to tell you the truth. 3.5 is not bad. I should probably try that. It's better than 2.5. I'll try this. We'll see what's going on. If you're wondering what some of these symbols are, dots that have the little symbol around them like that mean I've been there before, visited. The ones that have the little eagle here means that they have a faction store there. And that's great whenever you're allied with them. You get some extra purchases you can make, but they're so far away from me, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to go here and see what I can do, although I don't like the fact that it's... Well, I thought it said... It's got periphery level civilization, that's good. It's a tropical world, that's what I was looking for. It's hotter than Earth, which means a lot of jungle fights. But that's where I'm going to go.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
The vehicles that need to be replaced will probably be fixed by the time I get where I'm going. And that's pretty much how it plays. If you're at all interested, I highly recommend getting the game. It's not too expensive, I wouldn't think, and if you can get it on a Steam sale, even better.
That work order is complete, boss.
Top-notch work, if I may say so.
That was a ship upgrade. What have I got left? Training module. Some more recreational places to help the morale. We'll see.
Roger that, Commander. I'll get the crew moving.
And that's it. Catch you later.